a required part of the library in terms of square footage, that created an option. So the library, without the multi-purpose room, is proposed at approximately 7,300 square feet. And with the multi-purpose room, it's at about 9,600, 8,900 feet.
That's different than this, right? That's a change.
They haven't included that.
Oh, but there's the gross factor, so it's probably pretty close.
That includes the multi-purpose. Okay, and then the outreach committee?
Well, other than Linden, we discussed already, there's the
And let me check, because that the other issue was solidifying the 4th and 5th dates and locations. And Teresa, you're working with Elizabeth on that?
Yes.
Okay.
And how are we going to, so I'm hosting one on October 28th at my home. How does that get published? How does that get outreached?
We can do that for.
Well,
You do it, and you do it for the whole town, or you do it for that neighborhood?
I have.
You pick
the whole
boundaries.
town.
I
Okay,
think we should do it for the whole town,
okay.
because, schedule
Yeah.
is at least as important as proximity.
And are you gonna send one notice that says, here are your X options to go?
Yes.
And then all the various, like the Selby Lane group will forward it out, and ACIL. I think it's better, because then people won't get confused. I get all these darn emails that are all different.
And
I
then
don't
you
know
could
what to do.
send a reminder
I
for
sent out
tonight's
So-
this round, yeah.
So we
I
need
thought-
to nail down the other dates.
I thought there was a possibility of someone in the Civic Center area, with Schroeder's maybe? You haven't heard, you haven't, okay.
Oh,
I gave her that list that you gave me.
how do we avoid having our names and our home addresses in a public notice? Can we talk about, is there a way we can just do it with the address? And I'll talk to you offline. I'm trying to avoid that.
and the other thing I wanted to ask, if I may,
It's
at
too
one
late
point,
for me.
at
1 minute is too much.
at one point, there was a discussion about outreach specifically around this neighborhood, number one, and two, what I'd call community opinion makers that were gonna be contacted by members of the committee. I don't know whether that's happened, whether that's something you still want to do, but it was a discussion that came up at a previous meeting.
That sounds like an Elizabeth topic.
Okay.
Well, we have, Steve's doing one, I'm doing one, who else is doing one?
Elizabeth's
doing
doing one, so that's 3 in West Atherton.
Yeah, and so I really believe we need to find somebody in Lindenwood.
And it would be good to have somebody around here.
Yes,
And
and so that's our last two.
Elizabeth.
Or up west of Alameda, but down here is probably way more important, because then you pull in the
Civic
whole.
Center itself,
Mhm, Yeah.
Yeah, especially, somebody ought to get,
So how do we target that?
well, okay, we have homeowners groups in Lloyden Park.
Because if we wait a month for our next meeting, it's too late to notice
Yeah.
it. So we
If
gotta
Lloyden
nail
Park-
it down.
If they could, we could contact the head of Lloyden Park homeowners.
Yeah, so I've been doing that.
Okay, if they could
Yeah,
find a way to sponsor that, that could cover this area as well.
yeah.
Or Clyde.
So we're trying to find.
Clyde, you say, or Clyde.
Thank you for volunteering.
We volunteered.
No, we're trying to, I'll raise the topic again. The last time I checked with our homeowners association, we hadn't found anyone that was willing to host it. And I can tell you that Elizabeth was trying a couple of people that were on Mount Vernon,
That's correct.
and one of them
Schroeder
was,
was one.
yeah, the council member that's moving by Carlson.
Jerry Carlson.
Right.
Oh, he still lives here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right, he made that point. So we can trash it.
House.
Let me point out, this building is available also. I mean, you could have one of them right here.
We could have one,
I think that's a good idea.
yeah.
Actually, I think that's a good
I
idea.
think we should
too.
fix the date right now.
Yes, and maybe that.
And it should be a night you can come, because you're down here.
This
Yeah,
neighborhood.
Can you want to pick one, and so she can
Why
put
don't
it,
we do that?
and this is the
Yeah.
location.
Okay.
We've just
And then do we do one at the
settled
park
it.
to
You've
cover
got one on
Lindenwood?
Saturday, 11,
I
2,
think we should
and then
set-
the other one we need to
I'll-
pick.
I'll
Yeah.
call Marion
Lindenwood Hall.
Oster and see it.
Yeah.
We need the one in Lindenwood, don't we? We
I
really
think-
do. It's
I
such a
think we
big
really do.
I
community.
think we really do. Didn't you feel that on Sunday?
Yeah,
I
I
did.
totally did.
No, it's a big community.
And they know nothing about this.
And the park is also
Yes,
available,
so-
should you choose it.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
See what Marion feels, we could use the park but see if there's somebody over there that would.
I think it's way better to do it in someone's home in Linden.
It is, but does somebody have a big enough home to have people show up? Okay, so that covers that.
What I'm trying to get to is a process so that Teresa is noticing this when. What day are you gonna notice the events? Because if we don't get it out, they aren't coming.
And I send out a weekly electronic newsletter. It reaches about 1,500 emails.
So when is that, so what's our target for that thing to go out, so we back into a process for, we have to set those other two, the Lloyd, this one, Lloyd
By
Park.
next
slash-
week.
Yeah, and how are we gonna get there? That's what I'm wondering. Because we don't meet for a month.
Yeah, next meeting's not till October 15th.
Well, one of
Yeah.
them can be here, so November 2nd is a date that's been chosen that the people, that they're coming. November 2nd here,
November 2nd is the Saturday.
Well, can we say,
so does that work?
Can you come?
Yeah.
So the one for Lloyd Park slash, what do you call this neighborhood? Town
Central
Center?
Atherton,
Central Atherton is October 2nd.
that's what
What time?
Central Atherton.
I don't know, I'm not coming to that
No,
one.
I'm asking you
We have
guys,
to
what
split
time?
up.
Yeah, that's a good question. As it's a Saturday, you think, during-
11?
10 a.m.
Yeah,
10.
like morning,
Is
yeah.
it a 2-hour?
Yeah, it's-
I do it from 10 to noon,
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
before lunch.
10 to
Down there
noon,
before
be
lunch.
done. And then it's here, this is the location. So you
Okay,
have
and-
that, so you need one more location.
And that's the Lindenwood one, so maybe that happens when you
And-
talk to Marion
I
and
will,
Marion
and-
suggests a person, and we might get a date with the
And that'll be
person.
somewhere between the November 4th and November 7th.
That's
Can
what-
we,
that's
Rick,
exactly-
can you, are you offering to be the guy to go figure that out? And then
Yes.
just tell Teresa and we're authorizing him to do that?
Yes.
I have her contact
Okay.
information.
Wait, we need a vote or anything?
I want.
Anybody who does anything is gonna
Surprise,
get
but-
supported right here.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
so,
So it's
uh,
in your hands and she's
okay.
gonna post it next week.
What
So,
time is the
great.
meeting at my house? I'm away until the day before, can somebody,
So 6.
6 to 8.
6 to 8?
okay,
6 to 8.
so,
The 28th, 29th, and the 30th are all 6 till 8.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have, I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm gonna have some kind of food because
Well,
people
so
are gonna
am I.
come hungry, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you bring food to my house? Don't you?
no, I can't, because I'm not here.
You know,
If you bring it
Okay.
to them.
I
Then
can't
on
come
the
to you.
2nd, we're gonna
I
be,
can't come to
we said from
Elizabeth's
10 to
either.
12, right?
that's correct.
I got things every night that week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we need to take official action as a committee to?
Yeah, we're,
appoint
yeah,
a-
you've
Yeah, we can-
volunteered to,
Yeah,
the October 2nd date, no, November 2nd date
So
has
you
been
want a
approved.
motion?
So can I,
I
well,
just
can I
have
have a
to-
motion
Yes.
to approve?
Okay, I make a motion that we have added the 28th, 29th, and 30th. We have 3 events, one at Elizabeth's, one at Steve Dostart's, and one at Dee Dee Fisher's. Saturdays,
All 6 to 8.
Yeah,
all 6 to 8. Saturday, October, that's November.
November
2nd,
November 2nd.
Yeah.
from 10 to 12, we'll have one of the presentations at Town Hall.
and Clive will
Clive
be
is
here.
going to be the moderator.
Yes,
Or the representative.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then between November 4th to the 7th, there will be a Lindenwood event to be determined, and Rick DeGolia is going to follow up on,
He's gonna set the date, the location, and he'll be there.
okay,
That's true.
that's on your.
You
So
got-
that's it, that's the
Okay.
decision.
Do I
He-
have
he
a
has-
second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, I'm running your meeting. Let's get this
It's okay, it's okay.
Let's go.
Meeting by committee.
Okay, so, so that is it on the ad hoc reports, formation of new ad hoc committees.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion that we form a new ad hoc committee that will deal with the police department program issues.
Peer study
Peer study,
and program, I thought
And-
both of
and
those. yeah.
program.
Yeah,
okay?
program's better, you're right, the first time.
Do I have a second?
Second, we have to form the committee.
Okay,
Right.
so
Have to name the
I'd
committee.
like to have Steve Dostart on the committee and Dee Dee Fisher. Well, we're not on the library committee. Who else is on a committee?
Clive, are you on one?
I'm
Other
on
than
the outreach committee.
You are, do you want to be on this one, or? You do a good job, but if you're feeling too busy.
No, actually, I am getting kind of busy.
Okay,
That's
so
no
it's you and me, and who else? Who else should we name to it? if
Maybe
they-
Paul Tonelli would.
He's
Okay.
also serves on the planning commission, but that's,
He
Was
is-
that a conflict?
no.
No, it's just work.
Why don't you and I start it?
Who else
Okay,
was on the?
never mind.
ad-
We'll
The two
start
of
it
us
and
will
we'll get
start
back
it,
to
and
you.
on the 15th, if somebody
Yeah.
else wants to join us, we'll deal with that.
Who else was on the master plan ad hoc committee?
Fill that.
Clive and I, and Paul, and Dee Dee.
Yeah, yes. That was
How
it.
did we have 4?
Because the
Because
council
there's-
members were voting members at that time.
Yeah,
Oh, it
So-
changed, so that committee has to be reformed.
but it's not doing anything now, so we're not
Yeah,
gonna
but
worry
just
about it.
technically, we don't want to accidentally meet or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, so we'll start the
So
committee.
you'll start and we'll add another person.
Okay.
If we can't find anyone, I would certainly volunteer to do that if we can't find anybody else to be on the police.
Okay.
We've given ourselves a job.
Okay.
I shouldn't sit next to you.
Committee and staff member comments?
I have no comments, I was just gonna go over the schedule, but I think we'll keep that.
We seem to have done that, right?
Wanted to get those last two meetings set.
Okay, I think we're
Yeah,
done.
that's it, we're done.
Adjourn.
Oh,
Sure.
we didn't have a vote, did
We didn't have a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, so good, great. Can staff, since the committee's been formed,
Yes,
we want to instruct staff what to go do for
I
us?
think staff.
I guess we
had
could just
nice-
have a committee meeting with staff.
Staff had
So
a
we can
nice
adjourn.
interface
Yeah,
with
okay, you
the
can-
consultants, and you know what we're gonna,
I'll get them to prepare a kind of a blank for the matrix, and then we'll have to contact,
Yeah.
through them and other,
Yeah,
and through the chief,
I think we
contact.
should also ask their advice on who they think are the best departments to go
Sure.
visit.
What we'd
based
like is a
on
process.
Demographic and.
What I think DEI is about a process, so they say, here's a good process to do this in a fair way.
Right.
And we don't want to go outside the Bay Area.
Yeah.
There's enough
Well,
towns here that are
we may
under
collect
10,000
data.
people.
We may
that's
collect
just
data
fine.
from
but it
outside the
sounds
Bay
like we
Area.
might wanna collect data from Truckee.
Sure, well, I'm sure
And
that's an easy one. I would just, many,
like it's
many communities that
size.
might be similar might be served by a sheriff's department. So
Yeah.
not every.
So we would eliminate that. So they
Right.
have their own police department. It's a town between, Atherton has 8,000 people or something.
Right.
So it's between 5 and 6.
7,000.
So it's between 5 and 10,000 people.
5 and 10,000.
And they built the station within how many years? 10 years?
Hillsborough
10
is
years.
the closest demographic.
And we're
Yeah.
never gonna find another
And
town
they have a
that has
fairly
no
new
commercial.
police station.
Do
So
they?
we just have
So
to
there's,
accept the fact
you will
that
want to
there's-
visit them.
It's small town.
Yeah.
But like Los Altos Hills might qualify rather than all of Los Altos because they may
Right.
have their own police
Yeah, I can-
department or
I can-
something. I don't
you
know.
know,
And Hillsborough built one fairly recently.
Did they?
Well,
But there's gonna be a
Anyway,
ton of these
you
little
can find
departments
out.
up in the
Yeah,
hills.
it's easy to find out.
Thing to
Or
do.
up in Napa or somewhere. There'll be
Yeah,
a
sure.
ton of them. They're
Sure.
just little tiny towns that are quiet most of the time and they have things that show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
anything else?
thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.